Yeah.
Your boy.
Yeah.
Cody No Love Garbrandt.
Yeah.
What happened there? But more importantly, what I actually want to talk about is the news headlines that were after the fight.
Okay.
That were saying...
You're doing a bit of a left turn right here. I like this.
It's just impromptu. I'm just going on the fly here because this kind of grinded my gears a little bit.
Okay.
Is TJ Dillashaw the best bantamweight fighter ever?
What a stupid question. What a silly question. I think I can see why they're asking the question, right? Because we stopped.
So it's not that stupid?
Well, yeah, I was probably exaggerating a bit, but we look at the performance from this past weekend, Rob, and we say to ourselves, oh my God, TJ Dillashaw is even more incredible than we thought he was. I love how he approached the fight early on. He looked so relaxed.
So relaxed.
He kept switching up the stance. Cody never looked comfortable in that fight. And obviously coming off that win as well, we can now say to ourselves that, oh wow, like Dillashaw is well ahead of Cody Garbrandt.
The way he was just cornering him up against the fence too. I mean, admittedly, Garbrandt was rocked a bit. But the way he was just keeping his range, you know, it was like Cody was in his range, but he wasn't in Cody's range.
He owned him in that fight. Now, to answer your question, is he the best? Of course not.
Okay.
Dominic Cruz.
Yes.
Okay?
Shout out Dominic.
That's a frustrating thing about this sport because it moves so quick that sometimes we're too quick to say, oh, someone else is better, or we just forget about legends.
Right.
Dominic Cruz is a living legend who, prior to that loss to Cody Garbrandt, hadn't lost in, what was it? I don't know. You tell
Probably
me.
like a decade.
Probably like a decade.
Yeah, 2010, 2009, I don't know, whatever it was.
In that year, 2016 or whatever, when he lost that fight to Cody Garbrandt, that was his third fight of the year. Dominic Cruz, that we know has plantar fasciitis, that can barely stand up on his feet.
Fair.
So now that he's been out for a bit and he's healthy, if you want to have that title of the best ever, you better talk to Dominic Cruz and see if you can get that.
And Dominic beat you only a few years ago as well.
And you said TJ was saying that he was actually...
TJ was proclaiming himself as well.
I'm not a big fan of that.
I don't need that stuff either. You know, let the journalists, let other people talk about it. You don't need to say that you're the best ever. Just say you're the best bantamweight right now. And honestly, you have a case for that because you looked fantastic. Let's slow down. But that's yesterday's news. I'm talking about tomorrow's news.
Let's keep it going then.
Dillashaw, who's he fighting next? So you said Cruz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to see me personally because it's just a great fight to make. Yeah.
That's the fight to make. I think the white belts agree with that too. There's really no other fights that you want to see for that bantamweight championship. I don't really care for Cejudo moving up. Marlon Moraes doesn't have that name recognition.
Well, I did care for that. I love how Cejudo handled his moment in the spotlight. So I thought, you know what, Cejudo, he made a compelling argument for why he should get that title shot. But let's
pump the brakes. Exactly. There's some contenders at 125 that maybe he can mix it up with a couple times first, and you want to see him build momentum. We can't have double champs everywhere, you know? We really can't. But your boy Cody, now I'm worried about this guy because that's 2 straight TKO defeats. And he's got a big ego to feed too. How can you do this all? When should he come back? Who should he fight? What's the plan here?
If I'm Cody's manager, which perhaps in time I will become.
You should be.
I would actually give him a year off. Like 1 year, no MMA, okay? You just had the new baby.
Yep.
You got a beautiful wife at home.
Great.
You just took 2 KO losses at the hands of TJ Dillashaw.
Yes.
Take some time off, chill, go home, reevaluate, remove yourself from this pressure-filled MMA environment. Come back, and then maybe let's talk to one of these top contenders at 135. And see how you're looking against them. If you blow them out the water, you're probably another fight away from a title shot anyways.
You're right.
There's no rush. There's no reason.
And I agree with you too.
And
who knows? TJ might lose to Dominic Cruz, and all of a sudden the stage is set for a future rematch between you guys. So I think I agree with you. He needs to take time because of those 2 ego-hitting losses. He needs to kind of pull back and say, okay, reevaluate, and then get back into it.
We saw this with the Henry fight, not to kind of cut you off there, but Henry lost to DJ.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, he didn't deserve a rematch in that fight anyways, but 2-3 years later, right? Steps away, fights some other people, comes back. He has the confidence now to take on.
Because he's a new fighter,
because
right?
he's a new fighter.
Henry 2.0, he was calling himself.
So there's the benefit to kind of taking time, really looking at what happened in that fight. And then using that to kind of
take nothing away from Cody before that too, because he beat Thomas Almeida and knocked out a lot of guys.
The guy's a bad
He's a savage. He can come back. I think we're done here. Oos.